my program, I should say. My bachelor's. So I have my associates and my bachelor's, with their masters. So I have to go somewhere to get my master's. Yeah, I turn the credit to them, which is not happening.
Yeah,
So. Sits in there.
my neighbor, ours, we just have to have
The walkers off right next to my house.
the licensed professional sign off. Our time.
Yeah.
If you don't have a log, yeah.
What went over last night?
Yeah, well, I encourage you to, you have to put it on their website, yes, it's all like a place.
Tell them they're not getting bigger, they're more not getting bigger.
All right, Beth, everything is all set to go. Just a heads up, the applicant for the Marketplace Senior is not online yet. He's supposed to be zooming in. We might have to do the Church of Christ first and come back to Marketplace.
All righty.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting for Wednesday, March 6th, 2024. Few items before we get started. If there is an emergency and we need to exit this room quickly, there are 2 exits. You can follow them around to the outside or directly straight out. Please make sure that your cell phones are on silent for purposes of meeting. Let's start off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Take roll call. Robert Peckham is absent. I am Beth Mossworth, Vice Chairperson. John Miglerini,
Here.
Christian Chamberlain,
Here.
Heather Robinson,
Here.
Timothy Harrington,
Present.
Aaron Lehman.
Present.
Seated over here is Kevin Wilson, Director of Building and Fire Prevention, and Eric Lack Esquire. Are we still alone, Heather?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, and I just sent him an email to check in.
Thank you.
Madam Vice Chair, I would like to move to approve the meeting minutes of February 7th, 2024.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, since we are waiting for the very first one that was advertised, 2024-002, we will hear from the applicant 2024-004, the Church of Christ. So come forth to the diocese, state your name and address for the record.
Name's Timothy Head. The address, that my personal address?
The address for the application.
Oh.
No, 2555.
I think it's
Brighton, Henrietta, Town Line Road,
I think it's 2555.
2555.
Yeah.
Brighton, Henrietta,
Town
Town Line Road.
Okay, it's okay.
Sorry, on the address.
No worries.
If
And
you are again, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm Timothy Head.
Okay.
I'm a Henrietta resident as well. I'm speaking on behalf of my brother-in-law.
Okay, because I have a letter here that indicates that Brother Jose Navidad,
That's right here.
okay, is here. Okay, so if he could just come up and
Yeah.
state his name.
My name is Jose Natividad, and I live in 60 Amador Parkway, and I'm a member of the Church of Christ and deacon.
Perfect. And
Thank
he
you.
can speak for you?
Pardon me?
And he can speak for you?
Yes, please.
Perfect.
okay. Thank
So
you.
the application that we have before us in regards to this is for a canopy. Can you talk about that a little?
Yeah, the canopy will be a nice enhancement. It's not very large. And it's designed to cover the front where the entranceway already has a staircase leading up to it. So it wouldn't intrude much in the way of what's already in place. But it would be a nice enhancement.
Okay, are you looking for the enhancement just for aesthetic, to keep weather away?
Yeah, it would help to give shelter in the entrance, kind of like a little foyer way, kind of.
Okay.
You know, that's the intent.
Perfect.
And the church was just, they did a nice renovation on it and we painted all the outside, made a nice nice enhancement too. It's a good looking church.
Can you give a little description of the materials that it's going to be?
Yeah, it's a wooden structure, right, with a canopy.
Can you please come up to the microphone, please? Thank you.
Wooden structure and with the metal roof.
A metal roof, okay.
Are you doing the work yourself or are you having a contractor
Yes,
do
we're
it? for
gonna
you?
do it by ourselves.
You are, okay. And it's only covering the landing of but not the steps themselves, but just the landing of the concrete
Yes.
steps, so, okay.
The color of the canopy, what color?
Right now, the color of the chapel is light brown and dark brown. We will do the same.
Okay, so you're gonna make it blend in as
Yeah.
much as
Yeah, it's
possible.
kind of like a darker brown with tan, kind of a tan look.
Okay. And railings, are they gonna be wood,
Railings are already in
The
place.
the existing railing is made of metal.
metal?
They're already in
Yeah.
place, yes.
Use the existing
Okay.
ones, okay.
Oh, okay. All right, no further questions.
Are there any other questions on the board? Heather, do we have any questions online?
Nothing.
Being there's no further questions. Do I have a motion? Close this. Oh, I have a motion. Okay. Fred?
Okay. Right. Madam Chair. Oops, let me go back. One second. Okay. With regard to application number ZBA 2024-004 for an area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has 1, duly advertised and held a public hearing, 2, has considered all relevant information, and 3, has considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variances. Now therefore be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variance will not result in an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties. The proposed canopy will enhance the appearance of the chapel entrance. The variance cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative. A canopy is the best option to provide shade and protection from inclement weather. The variance requested is not substantial. The reduction from 57 feet 11 inches to 51 feet 11 inches is approximately 10% reduction in total setback. The variance will not have a negative effect on physical or environmental conditions. The canopy will be covering the landing portion of the existing concrete steps. And the difficulty relating to the variance was self-created. The applicant wishes to provide better protection for their congregation from weather-related issues when entering and exiting the chapel. And be it further resolved that based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approves the variance as presented.
I'll second.
Seconded by Heather. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Approved and carried.
Thanks so much.
Thank
Much
you very
appreciated.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good
Thank
evening.
you.
Have a good night.
Heather, do we have a representative for 2024-002?
We do.
Yes, Ryan just signed on.
Perfect. Good evening and welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting, March 6th.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Now we
There
can.
we go.
Okay, Ryan Brand from Rochester's Cornerstone Group, and here to represent Cornerstone for the Marketplace Senior Apartments proposed variance.
Hi, Ryan. This is Tim Harrington. We spoke. So first, for the groups and for everyone, for some clarity, the application itself is very thorough. It touches on some signs that I want to make sure that everyone understands. The west and north Woodview and Creekview are considered a wayfinding sign, not a sign that would be counted against this application request. The monument sign on Miracle Drive is a separate sign, also doesn't count towards this request. This variance is for the second of the wall signs that are Marketplace Senior Apartments on the north and the south. So that's what we're discussing. That's what we're deliberating on. So my question to you, Ryan, is what is the intention with these two wall signs? Why does the facility think it needs two?
Yeah, so I think it was kind of discussed earlier, Tim, to I guess wayfinding, but I guess building identification from a number of angles. One is more pointing to the north, one more to the south, so one kind of Highland, one more the Miracle Mile Drive, I guess, pointing in that direction. So it's there's the monument sign. Clearly, if you're on Miracle Mile Drive, if you're on the Marketplace Mall property, but those two signs themselves are, I guess, to the two differing angles or the two different views, I guess, of the apartment building from I guess different vantage points.
And so is the intention to draw attention from Miracle as well as West Henrietta?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so then ultimately what we're talking about is Miracle Mile, these two walls. The last page in the document, I think, is the best depiction. If you zoom in, it shows what's called wall sign 3, wall sign 4. Those are the two wall signs for this application that we're voting on here. So in a site visit, it becomes clear that as you're approaching from, let's say, the Highland side Wegmans driving through Marketplace parking lot, you would see the one sign and it would serve that purpose. If you were coming in from the West Henrietta side going in towards the mall, I imagine then that wall sign number 3 would serve that purpose. So in that case, I think it makes
Number 3, right? Yep, that'd be accurate. So that really we're both ways you're coming on Miracle Mile Drive, you'd have visibility as opposed to, or Highland Drive or outside as well.
right. So then I guess the question is, does wall sign 3 become redundant to the monument sign that is in front of the building on that side, which is labeled as sign number 1 in the proposal?
Right. So we don't feel so. I guess it's a greater level of visibility. I suppose it's going out towards this is going towards the north. This is out towards West Henrietta Road. If you're on Miracle Mile Drive, obviously you have the monument sign kind of directing you as to where the building is. So it'd be I guess differing in visibility or distance that you're viewing the building and recognizing it as the apartments.
Right, because the wall sign is much higher than the monument sign.
Right, yeah.
We also.
Mhm.
I have 2 questions. First, I'm not sure you stated your address.
Yep.
Okay.
No, he didn't.
Okay. If you just need to state your name and address for the record.
Sure. Typically home address or business work address.
The work address.
Okay, so yeah, Ryan Brand from Rochester Cornerstone Group, 460 White Spruce Boulevard, and that's 14623, Brighton or Rochester.
And then as per the application, will the wall signs be lit?
The wall signs will not be lit. The only one of these 3 signs which will be lit is the monument sign, and that is a internal illumination.
Okay.
As opposed to ground lit, so to be internal illuminated, internally illuminated.
Interesting. Are there any other questions from members of the board?
I'm sorry, they're gonna be painted, looks like, the signs.
They will be, so I think there's another page in the attachment that kind of goes into the actually it's reading through it. I want to make sure I get it correct. So it's gonna be finished with
So I see stainless steel painted white, which is one of the painted colors. Oh, well, there's white and black.
white and black, right? One's white, one's black, just depending on the background of the building. So I obviously not necessarily field painted, but painted during fabrication and depending on the background, like I said.
No further questions.
Any other questions of the board? Heather, is there anyone online to ask?
Nobody, thank you.
Thank you. Any all questions are answered. This application is closed.
Wait 1 second.
Sure.
Madam Vice Chairman, with regard to application number ZBA 2024-002 for an area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has duly advertised and held a public hearing, has considered all the relevant information, and has considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variance. Now therefore be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. Variance will not result in an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties. The signage, style, size, and placement is appropriate for the building size and location. The variance cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative. Wall signs take advantage of the height of the structure to increase awareness of the facility from multiple angles. The variance requested is not substantial. The variance will not have a negative effect on physical or environmental conditions. These are standard wall mount signs. The difficulty related to the variance was self-created, but it is a large structure, so these signs seem appropriate. And be it further resolved that based on the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variance as presented.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by John. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Carried, approved.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Good evening.
You have a good one.
Have a good night.
Yep, you too. Bye-bye.
And with that, I make closing the meeting closed at 7:16.